Hey, what up guys, Slow-Mo Backstep here slapping you with another video, and today we're going to continue on with this discussion about Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard and the potential of Call of Duty no longer being available on PlayStation in the far future. Now, of course, we've got more information that came out today that really kind of just really narrows in on the fact that there are contractual obligations that Activision Blizzard had with Sony PlayStation, and therefore even after the deal is done, more than likely there will be some time before Call of Duty is no longer available on PlayStation, or is only available on PlayStation if PlayStation is allowing Game Pass to be available on PlayStation. We'll see how that turns out. All that said, what does that mean for Sony, and should Sony even really be sitting back and hoping that Microsoft fulfills obligations, one, and two, would actually be willing to continue putting Call of Duty on PlayStation going forward? What I'm going to suggest is that Sony should be looking at alternatives to Call of Duty to promote on their platform that's exclusive to their platform, so that once you come to the point where the moment of truth is here and the likelihood that you could be losing Call of Duty forever is happening, it's no longer hurting you if that is the case, because you have alternatives that your PlayStation community, your install base, can go to that can give them a similar gameplay feeling that they got from Call of Duty. So let's talk about some of those alternatives. Now, already Sony has been working on having more multiplayer games available for their platform, the PlayStation 5, this generation. They've made partnerships with Deviation Games, a group of former Call of Duty developers who are working on their very first game. So Deviation is working on a multiplayer game exclusively for the PlayStation platform, and not just Deviation. Firewalk Studios, former Bungie developers who used to work on Destiny, are also doing the same. So now I think they already were supporting these brand new studios for their very first game that will be exclusive to the PlayStation platform. I could see Sony now being a little bit more invested in the future of those studios and their first games to make sure those games are hitting the right notes once they finally come out. Something else to consider is that Guerrilla Games, the developer for Horizon Zero Dawn, who also used to be making the first-person shooter that has been exclusive to PlayStation in the past, Killzone, has a second team. They actually created an entirely second studio for this team, and they are working on a multiplayer game as well. Some of the staff of this team are people who used to work on Rainbow Six Siege, a first-person multiplayer shooter under Ubisoft. And there is job listings out there, one in particular for a QA lead that speaks specifically about wanting someone who has at least 3 years of experience on the AAA online game as a service or live services game project. And so knowing their prior experience, the kind of people that they brought in, and what they're looking for this second team, more than likely we're looking at another first-person shooter from Guerrilla, and that could potentially be something that could fill the void for Call of Duty as well. And finally, if you're looking at the gameplay that I'm playing here, you may recognize the game, and if you don't recognize the game, this game is Splitgate. Splitgate has been out on PC for at least 3 years and showed up on consoles last summer, and it was a major hit for a short period of time, especially for a very small studio. Splitgate's being made and developed and maintained by 1047 Games, a studio that at the time of its release had less than 30 developers. Splitgate's very unique. You've got a lot of mix of, say, Call of Duty and Halo influences from both, but with a twist. The usage of portals really separates just a typical player from the very elite players. It makes the gameplay extremely unique, and it's something that I think could potentially be cultivated by Sony if they choose to invest in a indie small developer with a lot of potential. At one point in time, Splitgate had a queue in order for people to get into the game. Think about that people waited upwards to 30 to 45 minutes to get the opportunity to play this game. Now, it doesn't have as many people playing it now as it once did. Unfortunately, a small team like 1047 Games was unable to keep up with the interest and the demand that was put in front of them, but they've expanded their studio some, and I could see Sony looking at a semi-popular shooter, seeing the potential available there, and potentially acquiring that developer or working far more closely with them to invest in their future and potentially make that shooter an exclusive thing for PlayStation. But what do you guys think? Do you think these suggestions, these ideas of what Sony can do make sense? Do you have any other ideas that they could do to make up for a loss with with Call of Duty. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked the video, hit the dislike button if you didn't. It's all good. And hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this in the future.